So I used to get uneasy before seeing patients. For example, we've all seen these frequent flyers, somebody that comes in and it's either a problem that we can solve, or we have no cure for it, or we don't know even what it is, right? We just can't put our finger on it. People have all these symptoms and you don't know what it is. And you see them over and over again, and you just always feel so inadequate, right? You just don't know how to help these people. Or sometimes I would see a patient's chart and it's a child with a cough, and I would think, oh, these parents, they probably want an x-ray. I don't want to x-ray a child that doesn't need an x-ray. It's bad for them, it's too much radiation. And I would create all these stories, and I would feel uneasy and anxious before going in the room and seeing them. And so why did my brain did all this like preconceived rubbish, right? Like, why did I create all of these stories? And so paradoxically, it made my brain feel safe. The brain creates stories to make the outcome predictable so that it's not stressful, so that you're in the land of the known, you know what's going to happen. And when it's familiar, it's less stressful. This has been done because evolutionary wise, it's better to deal with something, and it's also something that helps you not chase something that shouldn't be, right? Like, again, from an evolutionary standpoint, you want to get bored of something that is not worth going after. But how does those stories make me a worse doctor? Don't we all create a bit of story before, even like before talking to our families, our friends, all of these things? Sometimes we kind of know what they're going to say or how they're going to react. Well, so it made me focus on only part of the problem. So whether the child is going to need an x-ray, for instance, and it made me bias. So thinking they probably don't need an x-ray, it made me interpret all the things that people would say wrong, or just over-interpret things. And it made me reduce the size of the problem to one question, really, when it's a lot more complex than just whether or not the child needs an x-ray in that particular example. So at a subconscious level, because I'm coming in and I'm uneasy and stressed, people can actually analyze the size of the pupil and feel safe or unsafe. And so, like, I might have come up as like more threatening, the tone of my voice, my body language. There's a lot of things when you come into a situation with some reservations, or you're kind of guarded, or you're slightly unhappy maybe, that makes the outcome more likely to be negative, not necessarily the outcome like on a health perspective, although it might do that too, but the outcome of the conversation, right? Like, you might just not get along. And overall, I was just not caring for them as well, just by not listening to the story as deeply and just not being as present. And often enough, I would be able to kind of like snap out of it a little bit and just, go with the flow once I was with the people and talking to them. But sometimes I still had some reservations, and that really did not play in my favor at all. So having a beginner's mindset helped me see that until I stepped into the room and talked to them and did my physical exam, I did not know what the situation was going to be, what the outcome was going to be. I didn't know if they wanted an x-ray, or if they wanted puffers, or if they have no idea what they wanted, but they were just worried and wanted an exam, wanted a once over, And initially I thought, oh, like, it's faster to come in with an expectation. It's faster to get to the point. And interestingly, it wasn't. Interestingly, Well, sometimes maybe it was, and it shouldn't have been. And sometimes it took longer. Because if I wasn't asking the real questions, because if I was so focused on a question that they did not have, like, again, maybe they didn't want an x-ray, well, then I wasn't getting to the right point fast enough. You know what I mean? Like, if you let people talk, they will eventually tell you why they're here and how you can help them. Anybody has ever done that, where like a person starts going and you really feel like they're not going to the point fast enough because you think you know where the point is, and you like interrupt them, or you just try to like get there faster, even if it's not with a patient, maybe it's just like in a random conversation, you try to finish their sentence, you try to get them to move along, right? Everybody's done that, right? Does it always make the conversation faster? Probably not, actually. And it can be quite irritating for the person who's listening to you. So let's talk about 3 ways that you can adopt a fresh mindset and that you can actually get unstuck. So hi, I'm Milan Junot, and today I will share 3 tips on how to adopt a beginner's mindset. Often when we're faced with a difficulty, we're quick to reach out to the solution that we used last time. All right. So even though it might not be the best solution, and it might not even be a solution at all. So having a beginner's mindset is to accept that we don't know everything, is to come with an open mind, is to come with this curiosity and come up with better answers, really, and enjoy the process more. So is there a change that you would like to make, but that you're not? It doesn't have to be anything like changing the way you feel when you're during a patient encounter, although that alone is great, right? But maybe there's something else that you want to achieve and you're thinking, oh, I've been down that road before, it doesn't work. And or it did, but it was so annoying and it was so hard and I don't want to do it again. If I try again, I'll make a fool of myself. It's a waste of time and money. It's hard, it's painful, it's annoying, it takes time, it takes effort, it takes discipline. I'm crushed when it doesn't work. I feel humiliated. I don't want to do it again. Or I don't like engaging with so-and-so because every time I do, they say this and I say that, and I really don't like it. They trigger me, they push my buttons. Sure, it would be great to have the results, have the relationship. Yeah, I'd sign up, or I tell everyone I know that I'm doing this if I actually thought that I would follow through, if I thought that I would do the thing, learn the stuff, go to places, and get the results, reach the goal, right? Or if the person changed and they did this or they did that, okay, yeah, maybe our relationship could work. But I know nothing is ever going to change. It's never worked before. Anybody resonates with this? I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that you've done before that you wouldn't want to do again. But maybe there's some outcomes that you want, and you feel like you have to go down that road again if you want the outcome again. So here are 3 steps to start incorporating a beginner's mindset in your life. The first thing, wait for this, drop your expectations. Reject the idea that you know the outcome, that you know how it's going to go. You know the ending before even starting. This is going to help you approach it with an open mind and see the full picture and engage fully. Now, approach setbacks and difficulties with difficulty. This is the second step. So approach it with curiosity, no self-judgment, no, I knew this was going to happen and I'm such a failure and I look like an idiot now, or no, so-and-so is dumb and why did they do this and don't they know that, whatever. No judgment for yourself and for others, just curiosity. Oh, wow, why did this happen again? Or, oh, I didn't see that coming. Or wow, you think that. What made you believe this? Did I do something that made you interpret this in such a way? Right? Curiosity. Just, oh, that's an interesting comment. What makes you say that? Right? Not, well, I knew you were going to say this and whatever. Yeah, you know how it goes. Accept that a new answer or a new side of the situation might be revealed if you're open enough to see it, right? So like curiosity. And the third thing is enjoy the journey. So many times we start doing this and that just because of the goal, just because of the prize at the end. And it's just not the satisfying way to do things. The prize might never come, but there's got to be something enjoyable about the process. There's got to be something that makes you feel good while you're doing it. What is it? Find the beauty in the small things. Smell the roses, right? Appreciate every step along the way and every decision. Celebrate your decisions. Celebrate your small wins. If you're inching forward every day, celebrate every day, right? Don't wait until that big deadline. Don't wait until everything is done and over to actually make it a success. Make it a success. Make every decision a success. So my 3 steps, again, drop your expectations, approach any difficulties or setbacks and every problem with curiosity, and enjoy the journey, enjoy every step, smell the roses. So I challenge you right now, think of something you'd like to achieve, something that creates inner resistance or pain. You don't want to think about it. Is there a new way to look at it with fresh eyes? Can adopting a beginner's mindset help you? See and do things like it's the first time. Give yourself and everyone else the benefit of the doubt. Accept that you don't know the outcome, and just bring back the joy, right? Like just by being present, by appreciating people and their complexity, by thinking it's, you know what, it's okay. If we just talk for 20 minutes and I have 0 answers at the end of this, it's fine. If we talk for 5 minutes maybe, and I still don't know what's the outcome, but I know a little bit more about that person and how they're feeling and what they're experiencing, it will be a win regardless, right? Enjoy the journey. So on that note, I'm gonna leave you. I'm super excited that we got to connect again today, and let me know how this goes for you. All right.